Your phone buzzes at 11 p.m. with an email from your boss. Slack is throwing up a dozen unread notifications, and your professional feed is flooded with influencers praising this 70-hour grind. But what if all that noise is completely pointless? 70-hour weeks and chronic sleep deprivation are signs of management failure. They signal a culture that has lost control of its own operations. This obsession with constant availability breaks the workday into tiny pieces, ensuring that no single task ever gets your full, undivided attention. Authors Jason Fried, a founder of the software company Basecamp, and co-founder David Heinemeier Hansson are actively challenging this toxic dogma. For nearly 2 decades, they have run a highly profitable, multi-million-dollar business without venture capital funding or extreme overwork. Their employees cap out at 40 hours a week, and during the summer, that drops to 32. They realized early on that spending 8 hours sitting in an office rarely equates to 8 hours of actual work. To fix that math, you have to completely overhaul how you protect your time. The first step is rethinking our tools. We treat real-time chat apps like Slack or Teams as productivity engines, but they are severe attention hazards. The expectation of a 2-minute reply forces your brain into a state of continuous, exhausting context switching. The antidote is adopting library rules. In a public library, people read in silence, and nobody taps you on the shoulder every 5 minutes. Applying this strict etiquette to your physical or virtual workspace kills the constant noise and gives people space to think. This requires an asynchronous first mandate. Instead of calling an immediate meeting or launching a group chat, teams must write out their ideas in structured, long-form documents before asking for a colleague's attention. Writing things down forces clarity. It eliminates knee-jerk reactions and carves out the deep, uninterrupted time necessary for execution. Then there's the psychological manipulation. Countless startups claim they are a family. That expectation creates a toxic environment that demands unconditional love and extreme personal sacrifices for a corporate entity. A healthy company frames itself as a professional community. Members support each other to achieve shared goals, while respecting strict boundaries because everyone has their own real family at home. This flowchart illustrates the danger of arbitrary targets. Chasing a 300% growth quarter cascades into high stress and cut corners until the system crashes. Basecamp opts for a calmer approach. Focusing on quality work today flows into steady profit, clean operations, and sustainable growth. To make this work, teams have to trade FOMO for JOMO, the joy of missing out. You do not need to monitor every email thread. Trusting your teammates to handle their responsibilities is far more efficient than micromanaging the flow of information. And nothing destroys that efficiency quite like the corporate meeting. It is the ultimate time heist and the primary source of wasted productivity. This visual math breaks down the true cost. Pulling 8 people into a room for a 1-hour meeting costs the company 8 full hours of lost individual focus time. In a calm company, a meeting must never be the default reaction to a problem. They are strictly a last resort. The ultimate test for any management philosophy happens when a project is failing to hit its deadline. This diagram shows the typical reaction. Bad managers keep the project scope fixed, breaching the deadline and demanding increased hours. This forces weekend work and piles red overtime blocks onto an already exhausted team. The calm solution handles this differently. The timeline resets, and the deadline locks firmly in place like a steel wall. Instead of adding hours, you protect the team by aggressively slicing away decorative features to launch only the core utility. Ruthlessly cutting scope, rather than expanding hours, preserves both the integrity of the product and the sanity of the people building it. Managers need to permanently stop measuring an employee's value by how late they stay online or how instantly they reply to a message. True performance must be measured exclusively by the actual quality of the work output. Establishing a calm workplace is a series of specific operational decisions. You do not have to be crazy at work.